Hi guys, Dr. Lou with Dr. Lou's low carb diet. Today we have another product review, and this is another Yubi bar. I think we've only had one of these before, and this one is a mint choc chocolate bar, which again looks pretty much similar to the one that was done last time. The difference is obviously the flavor. Now, what we're going to do is going to check this one out. The packaging looks quite nice. And the most important part here, I think, is it says made in Britain, which is quite interesting because you hardly find that these days. So very good if you want to support British industry. There it is there. Always happy to do that. So buy locally, fantastic as well. Best quality, high prices, true. But at the end of the day, that's the way it goes. So let's have a look at this. I'm going to throw it now up onto the screen. Okay, guys, there you can see the packaging down here, and what's the main takeaway? Well, there's a big thing here as well, which is quite nice. So we all like to encourage. You can see the British flag down there in the bottom. They're saying to buy British. It's made in England, so that's always a fantastic positive. So you know that it's going to be decent. You know it's going to be usually what it says on the tin. So you can usually rely very much so on that. Now, if you see here, it's plant-based chocolate bar. Okay, we've got the name Yubi Bar. So far, their other bar worked quite well on ketosis, so I assume this will be very similar. So it's high protein, high fiber, and gluten-free. So again, ticks all the boxes. 10 grams of protein, 99 calories, very low, which is fantastic as well, and 0.5 grams of sugar. So very good, and it won't hit the blood sugar very hard. So looks nice, lovely colouring. Let's see the next part about the ingredients. So here we go. So here we have the ingredients. We have plant protein blend, pea protein isolate, soya protein isolate, soya protein nuggets, soya protein isolate, tapioca starch, and salt is what those protein nuggets are made out of. Gluten-free oats, chocolate flavored dark chocolate, which is interesting, with sweetener. So I've never heard of chocolate flavored dark chocolate before with sweetener. 11% cocoa mass, sweetener xylitol, cocoa butter, emulsifier lecithin, a sweetener maltitol, bulking agent polydextrose powder. Again, looking at these, we understand so far we have xylitol, which is usually absorbed about 50%, and we have also maltitol, which is absorbed 50 to 75%. So what's the main idea? Both sweeteners, they're going to give you some carbs, and overall, hopefully they're accounted for. So when we look at the amount of carbs, then we can then start to say, okay, now we know what sweeteners in there. We know pretty much how much of that is going to be hitting us for the diet. Yeah. Here we go. We have polydextrose powder, which again is glucose. So you understand it's a long chain of glucose. And polydextrose powder is, again, the one that's man-made, I believe, and it's absorbed by 10% only and 90% not absorbed. Here we go. The humectant, I have to get used to humectant because we don't usually use this at all. The humectant is means basically the thing that keeps the moisture there. So what happens is it will keep the bar nice and moist. It will keep the sugars from granulating, yes, and becoming crispy, crunchy in there. So the humectant is going to prevent anything kind of drying out. Okay, so vegetable glycerin is used. We've got chicory root fiber, vegetable oil, reduced fat cocoa powder, cocoa butter. We have water. Flavoring is emulsifiers here. We have lecithin, rice starch, coloring, green tea extract, and sweetener, sucralose. So what's the main takeaway here? We have sucralose, maltitol, and we have xylitol. So we understand that sucralose is usually thumbs up, great, no absorption, not going to hit you, yes. And when I say no absorption, I mean it doesn't get processed through your body, because you can absorb things and it actually circulates around your body, and then you urinate it out, which is obviously something like erythritol. So again, when I say absorb it, I'm meaning as well as being synonymous with saying it's going to be processed through the body. I'll mention that, specifically if it's absorbed and not processed, because it can leave the body unchanged. Okay, so we understand we have maltitol, which again is absorbed into the body about 50 to 75% and processed. So the whole idea is we know we're getting carbs out of that, and xylitol is about 50%, and that's going to be processed as well. So obviously they have better impacts on the blood sugar and how it works. But at the same time, you need to understand that's why you're still getting carbs. And obviously at the same time that don't believe some of the sweeteners are perfect and zero carb. Yeah, it's not like that. They will still give you some type of calorific content, or still hit your carb rating for net carbs. Okay? So the only thing I'm not too keen on this bar is it doesn't say net carbs. It's not clear about net carbs. I prefer it to be broken down a bit more as well. Okay, so other takeaways. Yes, you've got like cocoa mass, which you're going to get some type of carbs from it. You've got polydextrose powder. You're going to get 10% absorbed. So the whole idea there is still there's carbs a little bit from everything. Yeah, you've still got stuff that's going to be used in your body. Right. So allergy advice. For allergens, see ingredients in bold. Not suitable for peanut, which are legumes, nuts, sesame seed. Soy allergy sufferers. Excessive consumption may lead to laxative effect. Storage, store in a cool, dry place. Now, yes, this is if you keep eating certain sweeteners or stuff like this, then you have a laxative effect. And the reason for that is because some of them are not absorbed, and so they go through your gut and your digestive system. They go all the way through it, and they end up going to obviously, come back straight out. So you've got a lot of product that's going in and coming out the same. So it causes a laxative effect, and there's a lot of it, and it usually doesn't bind together as before. So it's just this whole chemical that's just coming out of your body. So that's why you will have a laxative effect. Yeah. So it will make you zoom through your body as it doesn't get absorbed and all that stuff. Anyway, moving on. So yes, that's one of the side effects. Looks good, but you've got to look out for the maltitol and the xylitol and understand how they work. Pretty much that's it. You've obviously got other things like rice starch and the polydextrose and the cocoa mass. And again, you've got to understand you get a little bit of carb from everything, it adds up. Okay, so nutritional information. Typical valuations per serving per 100. We want per serving. If you're doing something like tomatoes, you weigh them and then you look at the 100 and then you account for, going up from that 100%, yeah, which is 100 grams. So very easy to go up or down. So per serving, so we're dealing with 1 bar, so we'll go by the per serving or whatever the gram weight is. So we can see here you've got energy, 416 kilojoules, and you've got 99 calories. Again, go to my other video regarding that to see and understand exactly what that means if you want to. Not massively relevant, but again, you can find it on one of my other channels for looking at scientific things as well as like myths and legends on certain chemicals, etc., etc. Okay, so you've got fats here. So per serving, you've got 3.2 grams. Okay, of which saturates 1.2 grams. The higher, the better. Saturates don't matter whatsoever. Carbohydrates, 10 grams. When I say, by the way, saturates don't matter, it doesn't matter on this diet. On other diets, it will matter if you've got a high intake of white refined carbs like white sugar, white flour, because that's going to impact your blood sugar very hard, inflame your arteries. Then you have certain things occur where things can, clog in your arteries. Cholesterol can get clogged from inflammations, stuff like this. So that's very different, okay? So again, carbohydrates 10 grams, of which sugars 0.5. Very, very small amount of actual sugar. So that's obviously a positive sign. Fiber 2.5 grams, protein 10 grams, salt 0.13 grams, and sodium 101 milligrams. So I'm not quite sure why they've separated out salt and sodium. Uh, because I mean, obviously salt they mean table salt, which is sodium chloride. So I'm not sure whether what they're trying to say is that the chlorine is not being counted in the way for the sodium, or they add sodium metal to the bar. I'm not quite sure. So it does seem a bit weird. It may be they're saying the salt is 0.13 and the sodium you get from the salt is 101 milligrams. I assume that's what they're saying. Again, kind of weird thing. I've never seen that before on any nutritional information. Okay, so that's the end of the information. Let's get on to the taste testing. That's obviously one of the most important parts. Taste, is it good? Yes, it seems fine. It's got some of the slightly more controversial sweeteners, and you can absorb some calories. But the whole idea is that we want to see if it's going to impact on our ketone production. And if it does impact on our ketone production, then you can see here that it's 9.5 grams belong, of those carbs, belong to either starches, a little tiny bits of probably starches from all the other ingredients, but at the same time, you've probably got, those xylitol, sucralose, and maltitol. So those sweeteners will be contributing to the grams. And so then you say, okay, what do you absorb? And the biggest one, xylitol, so that's 50%. Let's just say 50% for maltitol as well. So you're probably looking at 5 grams carb that you're going to have plus 0.5, so 5.5 grams, definitely net carb, definitely. Could be higher because of other certain things, so you could go up to 6.5, say, for example. So that's what you're going to absorb. So you have to think of this as well on your diet. And the best way to see if things work for you, eat them, test your urine 2 to 4 hours later. Very quick, very simple, done. Yes, it does reflect it very well. It's not perfect. Nothing is perfect, but it does the job very well. And if you want to look at my other video about different types of ketones, so you understand, you have different methods of measuring them, such as a breathalyzer style, urine analysis, as well as blood tests. So you can understand them a bit more. Again, let's get on to the taste test, because push the science aside, brain melted, etc. Fantastic. Let's get on to actually the important taste test. Okay, so back to me. Let's get these this lovely Choco Bar open. So let's do the important smell test. So the aroma of this Choco Bar. Yeah, that's definitely, yeah. If anybody remembers After Eight Mints, they're still sold, but they're a lot less than they used to be, because they used to be the epitome of cultured people, educated people. The minute in. So yeah, so that smells like an After Eight mint. Now, the After Eight mint smell, wonder if it tastes like it. After Eights were quite nice, a little bit sickly sweet, but this smells quite nice. Let me open it up. It's a foil wrap packaging, so good and fresh. Always sign of someone spending money on their packaging and the quality for freshness. There's the bar. Okay, let me take it out. There you go. Have a nice look at the yummy bar. It's very dark, so you don't get to see much of it. Okay, so it's kind of reminds me a little bit like a flat lion bar, if you remember those. Now, yes, After Eight, definitely After Eight. That's what it smells like. Yeah, a nice kind of mix between dark chocolate and mint. What, more importantly, what does it taste like? So let's go in for a bite. Mm. Mm. Yeah. This is there you go. Have a look inside. This reminds me of eating like doesn't taste like an after eight. It's a lot milder. Tastes more like, you know, do you remember those club biscuits? If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club. Right, that one. It tastes like a mint choc of those. Yeah. So if you've got you've ever tried the mint chocolate version, that's what this tastes like. It's a lot subtler than I expected. I thought the mint was going to smack me big time. It didn't. It's a very subtle mint flavor. Right, let me try with tea. Mm-hmm. Very enjoyable. It's if you're looking for a super minty bar, this ain't it. This basically is a nice mild chocolate with mint flavor. Usually, a lot of chocolate bars whack that mint flavor and it blows your mouth off, which I like as well. This one I like as well because it's uh, nice and mild. A nice mint flavor, very soft, chocolatey flavor, very chewy, which I really enjoy because you can help release the flavors very well. And at the same time, um, you know, it's got a nice kind of crunch to it when you bite into it. So texture's nice, smells nice, flavor's nice. It's not, it's going to blow you away. So I'll give it 8 out of 10. Okay. So it's definitely nice. It's definitely something I'd eat again. Yeah. But it doesn't whack me with a memory where I'll say, wow, it's amazing. But if you like a nice, mild chocolate mint flavor, this is your bar. Now, more importantly, I'm going to go away and um, go and do the urinalysis of this bar. 2 to 4 hours for me, 1 second for you guys. Now, um, I've had another one of this brand, and it has similar nutritional information, so I assume that it's not going to impact as well. But that said, you never know. So I will come back and tell you the reading of that. Yes. So at the beginning, I used to put the little stick on so you could see it. If you want that again, tell me in the comments if you want to see the stick as well. I used to do that at the beginning, but the whole idea is that, you know, I can tell you whether or not ketosis was occurring or not, because some people are a bit shy about seeing someone's urinalysis stick on the screen. So tell me if you want it back in the comments. I'll be more than happy to show you the stick as well each time. I'm going to do that, as I said, but if you want to buy this bar, so it's 8 out of 10, you'll know the urinalysis in a second. Then the link will be in the bottom there. So just click on that to buy these bars. Now, if you like this type of video, thumbs up, please, and subscribe. Okay, guys, see you in a sec. Okay, guys, so coming back, the mint bar has had seems a minor impact, but again, it might be down to physiology or something else. I haven't had too many carbs, but I has seemed to have moved from 8 to 4 moderate, so in between those two. So again, just a minor warning. Yes, it did seem to impact a little bit, but again, individual physiology could be, you know, to account for that. But as I said, hasn't pushed me out or too far out. So that looks like it should be okay to use. And obviously, again, I'd put it on the kind of special treat bar, not one to have every day after your meal, like maybe one of the Atkins bars or one of the B keto bars, something where you understand that it's something to have as a special treat when you've had very, very low carbs. Good. Okay, so if again, as I mentioned, links in the description, thumbs up please if you like, and subscribe. See you later, guys.